Well, let's get into this. I'm basically just going to ask you two clowns about Vegas, and hopefully you talk for an hour.
You are now tuned in to this week's episode of our podcast. Today, we are going to interview some of the greatest and most influential minds in our field. By sharing our collective expertise, we will show you how to harness, control, and use your own skill set to achieve ultimate success and live the life you want. And now, please welcome your host.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Anomalies Podcast. I'm your host, Tanner, up in Wisconsin. Got the boys with the full crew back tonight. Fleg's up in Indy. He's actually looking sober. Tyler with his patented blue MTV t-shirt out in Nebraska. The cat is also back. 2 episodes in a row. And the Vegas crew. They both have their fingers on their lips and they have shit-eating grins, so this ought to be good. Marco in Iowa, Trashman out in California. First of all, you two clowns, no time limit, just because I love you both. Let's hear about the Vegas trip.
Is that why you've been limiting it to like 10 minutes every time we want to talk about it?
Well, about UFC, yeah.
Oh.
Gonna blow our load.
So, yeah, we went to Vegas over the weekend. Ronnie got there a day before me, so I'll let him start.
Yeah, so I got there. I like how you just like Ronnie got there before me, so he's starting.
Low energy ass Marco.
No shit. Well, I mean that was kind of the theme of. I'm not gonna. Marco, you were kind of low energy most of the weekend. I will say that. You were pretty fucked up though.
Bree's the one who brought the energy, right?
Oh, Bree was a ball of energy.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
I thought Marco was gonna fall asleep in my hotel room at one point.
I was under heavily influenced on
very much
all kinds of marijuanas. I had like all kinds of edibles and like the weed out there is real good. So I was smoking like it's just like the same way that people can drink up and down the strip, like everybody just smokes weed up and down the strip too. It's just like nobody gives a fuck. So we definitely took advantage of that. But I also, what some would call is fell off the wagon, or on the wagon, on wagon, off wagon. So that started in Chicago. Well, actually, it started in O'Hare at 7 a.m. when I got my first beer. So, I drank a little bit on Friday. I didn't go too crazy, but Saturday morning, and I'll rewind, but Saturday morning I started drinking pretty early, and I pretty much drank all day. So, but no, Friday, we got there around 11 a.m. Ronnie was still doing their Alyssa's work thing, so we just kind of hung out. I think we went down to Fremont. My sister was there. So we hung out for a little bit. I don't know. I think I did it wrong, like Vegas. I don't know. I didn't get to do any of this shit. I didn't get to do any of this shit. I didn't get to do
such a thing as doing Vegas wrong?
I didn't get to do any of the shit I wanted to do, really. Like, I could have went to the weigh-ins for free. We didn't go do that. Me and Bree both really wanted to go meet Chuck Liddell, where she did. We didn't go do that. There was a lot of misses that happened along the trip. We did go see. There's Cirque du Soleil has a Michael Jackson tribute show. We went to that.
Did it involve any children?
They just fuck kids in the air?
No. It was just they played a lot of his songs and they did the gymnastics shit to him. Not like Cirque du Soleil shit to it. It was a cool show.
Well, that show started a theme for our weekend, by the
way. So, how do you tell people that you're over 40 and in Vegas without saying you're over 40 in Vegas? Apparently, you take a little quick nap during a $90 fucking Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil show, which not only I did for like short moments, but I kind of did the thing where I would like bounce back up and I was just like really enjoying the show, and then I would kind of like nod off for a second, and then I was so high, like I was so high. Well, and then her friend Kimberly also fucking fell asleep, and there's video of that.
Yeah. that I remember you guys showed up. So Friday, me and Marco meet up, right? And he comes up to my hotel room. He, meets me, meets my wife Alyssa, and meets my buddy Brad who's also from Wisconsin. Lives just outside of Madison. Cool dude.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I met him through playing Call of Duty.
Nice.
Believe it or not. So
Are
Interesting
all
character.
of your friends virtual friends? Do you have any like actual real
I
friends?
got asked. I got asked
You met
that.
Marco now.
Yeah, I met Marco finally. Marco was telling me, he's like, I met everybody but who? Mike. And I'm like, you're the only one I've met, so I don't know. And yeah.
It's cool though because Bree also has met everybody that I've met. So
yeah, that's really cool. And
Yeah.
Bree was actually a lot shorter than I thought. Like I thought you guys.
How much more can I have explained this if she's short as fuck?
Well, when y'all say she's 5
She
foot,
has hobbit feet.
when y'all say she's 5 foot, I think that's like me calling my 5'6" buddy 5 foot. Like I figured she was at least like 5'3". No, she's 5 foot. Like legit 5 foot.
She's got the voice of a 7'2" guy though.
It's kind of raspy.
Oh, speaking of voices, so the night before Marco showed up, have you guys ever heard of the restaurant Dick's Last Resort,
Yeah.
Yes.
where they make fun of you and everything like that?
Yes. Yes.
So me, my wife, and all her coworkers went to this restaurant because it was inside our hotel on Thursday night. And we weren't really sure what to think. Like a couple of them been there before. Oh my God. The waitress we had was the most foul-mouthed, just dirty, raunchy Brooklyn girl I've ever met in my life. She was talking about like cum dumpsters. She was telling us why people get fired from there. She was like saying some just wild shit. When she heard we were from California, they're like, "Oh, did your house catch on fire?" Like just shit like that. And we were like, "Oh my God." So if anyone ever goes to the Excalibur, ask for the chick from Brooklyn.
If
She's
you've ever
fucking
been to a
great.
Dick's Last Resort, that's pretty standard stuff. Like,
I've never been to one before though.
I know. I'm just letting you know. Like that may be why we are not very surprised. Like first time I went there, they called my mother a cunt right to her face.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's no holds barred, man.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie. I went to one in Chicago, and it wasn't quite that bad. I will say that my experience was not quite.
Midwest nice.
Yeah.
Well, did you know that the hats that they give you, they have to like go through like security checks on what gets put on the hats? So they have a list of things they're allowed to say and things they're not allowed to say.
There's quality control. Yeah.
Because there have been some, obviously, you start making hats, white hats specifically, and you hand them to people. Some shit can be said on them that you don't really want to be said on them. And she was talking about stuff, how people got fired. I was like, people actually write that type of shit and put it on people's heads. She's like, oh yeah, happened last week. Bitch got fired. And I was like, oh my God. But yeah, no, like I said, I never been to one before. That was a fucking cool. At least my waitress was hella cool.
Are these hats like pointy white hats, and they come over your face, and you got like holes in the middle, and you wear a white robe and all that too? Or
no,
okay.
they look like chef hats, but if you put like, I don't know, an OK with like an extra, couple K's on a hat.
Did Clan ever go to Vegas? Because I don't think it ever did.
I don't think it ever did either. But the lady, someone came in and they were from like Mississippi or something like that, and they mentioned that. So this person thought it would be okay to make a Klan reference, and it was like the hat said something along the lines of, "I'm from Mississippi. I spell okay with 3 K's." Or something along those lines, and it was just like really bad. And they like put eyes on the hat, like cut out eyes. It was just way too far.
Sure.
But no.
So what was on your hat? What was on your hat?
That's what I was gonna say. So
The news.
No. Oh God. So mine was, I'm a good guy. I pull out.
Okay.
Which isn't bad.
Nah.
just not original.
It's just not. Yeah. Well, the funny part, the other husband in the work trip that came, he got a hat and it said something unoriginal also, and he's like, I just saw a guy walk out of here with that, and him and the lady got in a legit fight. It was fucking amazing. They were yelling and screaming at each other. It was great. And they ended up becoming friends after that. Like, she came out drinking with them like the next night.
Jeez.
As one does.
This was your wife's coworker then? Coworker's husband?
Yep.
Okay.
So they all ended up getting along, and they all went out drinking when I was with Marco and my buddy Brad. And the story about when I said Brad doesn't remember anything, Brad paid Marco on Friday night, right?
Yeah, so this dude...
Wait. Paid him for what?
we got the UFC tickets for him, too.
Tickets.
Oh, right.
So
okay. I was thinking there was a blowy in there somewhere. Okay.
He was like, so what do I owe you? And I was like, it was $250. He goes, should I just Venmo you? Or I was like, or cash. I was like, I don't, whatever. So like, he's like, but the homeboy's hammered. And I like get my phone out.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Bad.
So we're in the hotel room, and I get my phone out, and I get the Venmo thing all set up, and I'm like holding it there so he can try to scan it. And he's like, he's too fucked up to figure it out. He goes, you know what? I'm just gonna give you cash. Can I just give you cash? I was like, fuck it, man. All right. So he gives me the cash. And then we went and we hung out, but the next day, he was already fucked up again. And then he goes, how much do I owe you for those tickets? And I was like, oh man, you paid me yesterday, dude. But Ronnie was like, hey, you should have fucked. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that to the guy. I was like, I don't need that kind of karma, which actually paid off. Ronnie, I don't know if I told you this part. After I was hanging out with you guys, after all that happened, I took that money.
Blackjack, yeah.
And I went to a blackjack table. I dropped 120 on the table. I walked away with like $580. Nice. So good karma. Good karma.
You dropped that off at the dispensary, right?
No. Well, maybe a little bit, but yeah. No, I drank like all day Saturday, and I can tell you that I went to the UFC fights, but I can't tell you I was really there, man. Like I was.
You were pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
No, he was.
I was pretty fucked up. Like I was drunk, but I was like high as shit too. Like we were getting after it on edibles and
y'all had some
shit.
decent
Sounds like
seats.
the drugs were the problem here.
Huh?
It really sounds like the drugs were the problem here. Alcohol
Well,
was fun.
No, because I started drinking at 9 o'clock, and it was unlimited mimosas,
Just
and
awesome.
then I know, but I also didn't drink for whatever like 3 weeks before all this, and I was like, well, I'm gonna drink it all right now.
I think the shot of 101 Wild Turkey right before.
Oh yeah, that
didn't
also.
help.
Yeah, there was a lot of mixing, a lot of yeah. So I kind of remember being there. There's definitely a video of me falling asleep at the fights.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. You're the UFC dude.
I told you I did it wrong. I told you I did it wrong.
My God.
Well, Marco, I wasn't bringing up the fact that you fell asleep. Brad fell asleep for almost the whole Diaz fight.
No, that I watched, and then T City and Volkanovski I watched. I thought he was gonna have him in the third. Man, that was crazy. That place was insane.
But I have
You fell asleep.
I was in and out.
Yeah, Marco was fucked up. And the story I was gonna say that I don't know if you remember. Okay, so we go to the UFC fights. Fights are amazing. We can talk about the fights, later. Whatever. We get done with the fights, and we're hungry. Let's go get something to eat. Marco's like, I want pizza or something. He was like, I want pizza, and I'm like, well, dude, there's a Shake Shack like right around the corner. We could just like get some Shake Shack, get some greasy food in us, And he's like, but we're meeting people for pizza, and I was like, what? He's like, yeah, we're meeting people for pizza. Because were you meeting your sister and whatever? Do you remember any of this?
My brother-in-law.
Yeah. Were you meeting them for pizza? Because the way you were explaining it was rubbish, by the way.
Hold on, you're speaking rubbish right now because you were remixing for me, so I didn't hear anything you just said.
Did I remix for everyone?
No, must have just been me. My bad.
Oh, when you were like, you kept saying that you wanted to go get pizza, and I was confused, and then you brought up your sister and brother-in-law. So I was was confused even more. So I was like, well, let's just go get some food here. So we went and got Shake Shack. You forgot your mask inside the Coliseum, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you got kicked out of Shake Shack. And I told you, I said, okay, Alyssa's around the corner sitting at the table. And I pointed at the table.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, all right, I'll go over there. I'm like, all right. So I go and I order. And I look over, and Alyssa's just sitting at a table outside on the strip of Las Vegas by herself. Marco's nowhere to be found. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just like looking around. And then I like order. I go out there, and I talk to Alyssa for a second. I go back in. I see Bree and Kimberly, and they're sitting there. They just got done ordering. And I was like, hey, where's Marco at? She's like, Marco's a little out of it right now. And I'm like, what? She's like, Marco's a little fucked up. And I'm like, well, I know he's fucked up, but like, how fucked up? She's like, pretty fucked up. Didn't drink for a while before this, and I think it's hitting him all at once right now.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, and I think she tried to call you or something and like tell you where to go sit, and you just didn't listen. It took like probably 30 minutes to get you to come sit at the table.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it felt like 5 to me, but
yeah. From the time that I told you to sit at the table to when you came to the table, it was like 30 to 45 minutes.
damn, I don't remember like most of that. So
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think I drank anymore after I was in the stadium though, did I?
No, I bought you a beer. Bree bought you a beer, and you had a mixed drink when we went in.
Oh yeah, I think that last mixed drink is one that did it.
Yeah, you had that whiskey.
I think it was a double. Yeah.
Yeah, the double whiskey.
Sounds right. Well, at least we figured out the culprit.
Are you like, off the hooch again now, or are you back on?
Yeah, no, I've been off. I didn't drink at all Sunday. I haven't drank since I've been back. It's I don't know, man. Like every time I try to go back, and I'm like, I could drink a little bit and have fun, man. It's just I'm an all or nothing guy, so
Do you ever
I just
do
can't.
it without smoking?
I mean,
Does Marco ever do anything without smoking?
No, I used to drink a lot. Like smoking actually makes it so I don't drink as much. Like I used to drink a lot more when I didn't smoke.
Yeah, but now you're napping, and that's boring.
So I had the perfect Marco meeting experience. He came up and he hung out for a little bit. And the second we got out of our hotel and we were crossing the bridge to the other hotel, we were going from Excalibur to New York. Marco was lighting up a joint. It was just perfect Marco experience. And I was just like, oh yeah, you can just do that here. I forgot.
Yeah.
I was so confused.
Tanner, I think a lot of it really could, like, when I say I was taking a lot of edibles, I mean, I probably had like a couple 100 milligrams in my system at one point. So
yeah, you did.
I think that might have been
the gummies.
Yeah. Sounds like there's a little bit of moderation on both fronts. Probably
yeah, but
medium.
I could do the weed and not fall asleep. Well, I can't say I wouldn't fall asleep, but no, I just I don't know. I think I'm cool on not drinking for the time being.
So, what do you think of the actual UFC event? Like winners, losers. Like, is it what you expected? Environment. Talk about like
the environment was amazing.
Yeah, was it sold out?
Yeah,
I assume it was.
I think
Fight
so,
week,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we had the 2 extra tickets that we ended up with, and we resold those in like fucking 6 hours. We just posted them back on UFC's website, and somebody bought them right away. So
nice.
It was that place was fucking packed.
So we go to take a piss between the prelims and the main, and it's me and Marco. We go up and we go take a leak, and the line for the men's bathroom there had to have been. Yeah, we did.
He thought he pissed his pants.
You don't remember standing in line all the way through Bruce Buffer's first announcement of the fucking.
Oh yeah,
card?
because I was telling Bree about that, and then that was. But it's fine. I've seen that 3 other times.
Yeah. So the line was probably 100+ guys long to get to the fucking bathroom.
Oh fuck yeah, that was I thought it was a beer line. It was a piss line.
Yeah, it was a piss line. I thought it was a beer line too. I had to ask someone. They were like, "No, dude, this is the line to take a leak."
Yeah, he's not joking. It was at least 100 people in this line, just dudes,
just
full bladders,
fucked up drunk guys.
Yeah. Like if you would have taken all the piss and all of those bladders, you could have fucking taken some paint off the side of a ship. There was a lot of piss in there. So,
What the fuck?
so apparently they don't check your fucking bags for edibles on the way home, so I brought some with me.
Yeah, they don't check it in Nevada, dumbass.
They don't fucking. I was like panicking because I was like, man, what am I gonna do? Like, we had a shitload of edibles. I was like, I'm not gonna take them all because I'll be fucking done.
Well, didn't you
So
fly
I
to
was like,
Illinois?
yeah. So, but I was like, I don't know. Like, I know that so, theoretically it's legal from one legal state to another, but I'm like, it's the fucking airlines. Like, I don't know if that's something I really want to fuck with. Like federal marshals.
No,
and subs. Well,
like flying from Nevada to California, like that's just one thing. You can there's a certain amount you're allowed to bring with you on the plane.
yeah. See, I didn't actually do any of this research before, so I'm a novice at traveling with marijuana. But yeah, I fucking had, I don't know, 3 jars full of edibles in my bag. And I was just standing at where they scan it through the thing, and at the X-ray, and I'm just like standing there, like freaking the fuck out. And then I see my bag come out, and then I see it stop on the belt, and it wasn't going, and they weren't moving it. And I'm like, oh fuck, man, I'm gonna go to prison.
Wait, this was on your carry-on?
Yeah, on my shit yeah. So I had edibles in there, and then my shit moved, and I just grabbed it, and they're like, all right, you're good to go. And I was like.
Technically,
the
TSA is a federal agency.
That's what I was like.
And it's still federally illegal, regardless of what states say. It's still federally.
Any airport you're at is considered federal ground. So
They didn't give a flying fuck about what was in my bag.
Good
Yeah,
for you.
Las Vegas didn't check anything.
Yeah.
Like I got on the airport. I went through TSA check with like I didn't take shit out of my pockets. I was hungover, and they were just like, "Go on through, man." I'm like, all right, whatever. That place did not care at all
Vegas is really just like they don't give a fuck about a lot of
about
other things.
anything. And speaking of like Vegas shit, the one thing, Marco, I wish you were here for this. I fucking wish you were here for this. Thursday night, me, Alyssa's coworkers, and Alyssa were walking the strip. We want to go watch the Fountains of Bellagio. We take off from our hotel room. We're walking
Missed
down
that
the
too.
strip. Yeah, you never went and saw that either.
Missed that.
We were walking down the strip, and we see this fucking drunk dude with 2 showgirls. And for people who don't know, showgirls are females, scantily clad females, walking around Vegas, asking to take pictures with you in exchange for money. So this guy, drunk as hell, probably in his 50s, hanging on these 2 tiny little brie-sized showgirls, and the wife is taking the picture, and we're like, that guy is about to get fucking got. And sure as shit, the wife goes to pay him. She fucking does the one thing you don't do to people who deal in cash only, and there's no set price. She pulled out a wad of cash and pulled a single 20 out. The girls were like, no, honey, we can't split tips. It's 20 a piece. And she's like, yup, 40. And the next thing we know, we're like, they're walking by and we're like, hey, you got scammed. They're like, wait, we got scammed? Like, yeah, it's not that expensive. Normally it's like so much. And they're like, wait, really? And then they like went back, and then like the girl.
You just created a fight.
You're I just realized that you're the fucking asshole in this story.
No, I was the one who said it, but our group was like they got scammed, and they heard us as they were walking by.
I
Because
knew.
we're not-
I knew. I told Bree and Kimberly right away. I was like, look, don't stop for anyone. I don't give a fuck what they say to you. Don't stop for anyone when you're walking through Vegas. They're like, all right. They got
Nothing
stopped
for
one
free
time. Yeah.
It's
Everybody wants something.
Well, there's actual real showgirls who perform in the venues, and then
Right.
there's the showgirls who walk the street who are just, skinny little.
Those aren't showgirls. Those are all street hustlers. Every one of those
Right.
motherfuckers is a street hustler. The dancers, the singers.
Well, Marco,
the
did you
fucking-
hear the ones when we walked by when you were smoking the joint? We were walking by. They were like, "We're 420 friendly." Like,
Oh,
they
yeah.
They were trying to bum the hit off your
Yeah.
joint for a fucking picture.
Oh, I walked straight past so many of those chicks
Oh yeah.
that were trying to like do the picture thing, and I was almost always smoking, and there was a couple of them that said something. I'm like, cool, it's legal here, bitch. Go to the store, and get some.
One of the guys.
You got $20, I will give you a joint.
Shit. One of the guys in Alyssa's like coworker group, we were walking by and we were both drunk. We went and got giant pina coladas at the New York place. We were walking by, and the showgirls are like, pictures, pictures. And he's like, I'll tell you what, ladies, I have a deal for you. And they're like, what? What's that? He's like, you can take a picture with me, and you pay me $20. I'm like, what are you dressed up as? And he looked at me. He's like, a trash man. And I was just like, oh my God. And they're like, no, you're not. He's like, jeans with holes in them, a dirty T-shirt, and a hat. Looks like every trash man you'll ever see. And they're like, they just started laughing. And he like tried to talk them into it. It was one of the funniest experiences I've ever had. A drunk guy he's originally from the Midwest, trying to explain why someone else should pay him $20 in the just worst way possible.
He was a character.
Yeah. Well, no, this wasn't Brad.
Oh, this is
You're thinking. This was a different guy. No, Brad was a character though. Brad, he's fucking hilarious. God, he was drunk. So the day of the fight, me and Marco, I meet up Marco downstairs in my hotel. You guys were transferring me the tickets, and I walked down. Did you notice the sword hanging from my neck, Marco?
Part of my drink I had that night was from. How can I say this?
You drank from another man's sword. Yeah, I
know. That's how I ended up with the wild turkey, the 101. Because he poured glass. So, yeah, I remember the swords.
So, those swords mine was a pina colada.
What the fuck? Flags, was that you? Hold on. I had to listen to this part. I had to listen to this fucking sound over and over and over again while Bree discovered what the fuck a TikTok is. I had to listen to her make this fucking video, and I just heard it again over Fleg's goddamn microphone. I forbid you to ever play that again. That's the stupidest thing I've ever.
Confused.
Well,
Bree made her very first TikTok, and it was at the fights, and it was me and your friend Brad falling asleep.
No, it's more than that. It's way more than. So I found this because she posted it also to the Facebook stories, and I followed the Facebook stories to her TikTok, and I just sent it to the group, and it's y'all fuckers all falling asleep in Vegas. I didn't mean to have my volume on there, so
that sound has haunted me for the last fucking 3.
So that sound is a bunch of people sleeping.
To a fight?
Look, man, I explained to you what kind of shape I was in, didn't I?
You wore a polo to a fight?
Dude, I fell asleep at that fight.
I don't value your opinion on fighting anymore. You went to Vegas.
You should.
Be a UFC fan and meet one of our best friend Ronnie. I don't know what's happening right now.
I'm confused,
dude. And then you
do it, Tyler.
Oh God. Oh Jesus Christ. Dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Good God.
Imagine, so if that's the dumbest shit you've ever seen, imagine that being the dumbest shit you've ever done. Because you fell asleep at the fucking UFC fight and you're the UFC guy. Did you even see Nick Diaz give up?
Yeah,
he literally gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched.
I saw that.
That was fucking sad. I just sent a picture of what the swords look like.
Hey, nobody wants to see your guys' swords.
It had 6 shots of tequila in it, and we drank that whole thing each. Well, Marco helped with fucking Brad's, I will say that. He took that one
Marco chugged on Brad's sword for sure.
Marco, when he's like, "Do you want a drink?" He's like, "I don't want to drink from your sword." And I'm like, "Marco, you drink from people's swords all the time." He was just like,
There's nothing
they
wrong
just
with it.
fucking poured it. He just poured him a drink and handed it to him. He's like, "Oh, okay, whatever."
What's
Marco
that
walked
Spartan shirt you're wearing?
It's MFAM shirt.
Uh,
It's a gaming thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a hat that has the same logo on it right now.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
How much was the shirt? I saw a lot of people in Vegas wearing those, Ronnie.
This one?
Yeah,
Fucking $45.
sounds right.
So Alyssa was freezing in the middle of the fight around the time of the Diaz, right after the Diaz fight. She was freezing cold. And she was like, "I'm fucking cold. Just go buy a sweatshirt. I don't care what it costs." Okay, so I go and I look for a sweatshirt. Sure as shit, they don't fucking sell sweatshirts in the middle of the desert. Who would have thought? So I bought a t-shirt, and she used the t-shirt as a fucking blanket for her legs. So yeah, that's how I ended up with a way too expensive t-shirt. But I mean,
She could have borrowed my fucking polo.
were you not wearing a shirt underneath?
Yeah, just that was a joke. Tanner didn't react to it, so it wasn't a good one apparently.
I'm just so disappointed.
Motherfucker, me too.
You two hyped this fucking trip up like it was gonna be the next Hangover movie,
Like it was.
and you guys.
It
are
was.
my
I
UFC
fell asleep on the
guys,
roof.
And instead of wild and crazy stories that would help this podcast do numbers, you did drugs and fell asleep. And Ronnie, it sounds like you just had to babysit your friend Brad and or Marco. Did anything cool or fun or interesting happen in this trip?
I mean, a lot of. I mean, it's kind of you had to be there for something. Yeah.
The best.
And that's
Well-
usually when you say you have to be there for the story, then it's not that good of a story to begin with.
See, well,
I don't know.
here's what I'm looking at.
Trying to get Marco to come.
Your
My
so- your,
shoes.
your white Adidas socks are like that's like Midwest white right there, not California Portuguese. I don't
He
know.
wears pants every day.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm.
Collar.
I mean,
What, the white shoes,
looks-
white socks?
I don't know. It just looks like the crew length. I think that's what's killing me. Is I've not seen that.
I'm not gonna
since-
lie, it's something
middle
I
school.
actually noticed while I was walking behind you. I was like, "Why the fuck
what
is he
the-
wearing crew
It's what the
link
kids
socks?"
do now. The young kids are all doing that.
the kids are
I've been
doing
wearing
crews?
crew socks. I've been wearing crew socks since I was in fucking 5th grade. I'm wearing crew socks right now.
I wear them every day, like when I wear jeans and boots.
If you're working, sure.
And then if I was doing anything athletic whatsoever, I would wear taller socks. But I'm wearing just shorts and shoes. Fucking off.
I was working in Vegas. I fucking walked 36 and a half miles. That's working, for fuck's sake.
Why did you
Yeah, get a
walk so
fucking
much?
Uber.
Do you know how fucking expensive Ubers are at night
Yeah.
in Vegas?
Well,
Not
yeah, we-
fair.
I'm guessing he took them.
Yeah, we did a couple.
I took one Uber. It was like 7 p.m. $38 to go a mile and a half.
Were you there for a work trip? It's all write-offs.
I wasn't there for a work trip.
Oh, but
I can't write that
you
shit
as
off.
A business owner.
Well,
as a
we'll have to get a
write-off.
hold of our accountant.
Like,
Oh shit!
So,
I did.
Marco, you
I-
played some blackjack.
Yeah.
What else did you play?
So Ronnie showed me how to do a sports book gambling thing. That did not go well.
It worked great for me, motherfucker.
You texted me.
Yeah.
You said you were with a bunch of Hoosiers from Indiana. What was that all about?
So on Saturday, Brad's he graduated from Wisconsin, so we went down and watched the Badger game, and
That's
I bet on Wisconsin because I was trying to be, cheer him on with Brad. And we go and we sit down, we fucking go get coffee. We're sitting there, get some, alcoholic creamer to put in our coffee. And all of a sudden, every time fucking Notre Dame does anything, people all around us, the 3 people to the right of us, the 3 people to the left of us, the people behind us, the people to the, like just to the front of us over here, they're all fucking screaming, hooting, and hollering. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I look over at the guy next to me. He's like in his fucking 50s. And I'm like, did you guys bet on fucking Notre Dame? And then he like leans over and I saw a Notre Dame shirt. Oh, great. Fucking Notre Dame fans are here. Great. Just what I
Tell 'em
needed.
that they fuck kids.
Oh,
No.
Sorry.
I did-
Catholic friends.
I did use
It's just the priests.
the Dave Portnoy thing where he was like, they're afraid to join the Big Ten. I was like, how does it feel to have a cupcake schedule just knowing that you don't have to join the Big Ten? And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, you guys would love to play Navy or Army every week. And they're like, yeah, I mean, it's a win. And I was just like, oh, God, you don't understand what I'm saying. But no, they were talking to me, and they're from South Bend, Indiana, and about 10 people that were around us were also from South Bend, Indiana.
Jeez.
And they were all there to do absolutely nothing. They were there on the biggest sports weekend Vegas has had ever to just be in Vegas. They didn't go to one event. They didn't even go to the fucking soccer game. There's a soccer game Thursday. Did you know that, Marco? There was a fucking championship soccer game in the middle of Vegas, and I had no idea.
I'm not that kind of Mexican.
I know you're Good God.
Because you're Iowegian.
Yeah, you're from Iowa. You're not.
Hey, number 5. All right. Can I just say number 5 in the country, the Iowa Hawkeyes? Thank you.
Why do you
I
have
will say
10
I did-
fingers in the air, dipshit.
Well, that was two different hands. That was 2 different hands. So that's number 5
That's what
and number 5.
Number 5.
Yeah, number 5.
Well, this weekend I figured out Marco's not the brightest person in the world.
This weekend?
This weekend.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I thought it was a joke.
You know what? You're also not the fucking smartest one.
No, I'm
needed
definitely not
validation
smart. I've
as
never.
a person for that one.
Oh God. No, I know I'm not smart. I admit I'm not smart all the time. Marco acts like he's smart all the time. This motherfucker comes to my hotel room and moves the jersey I'm supposed to give him off his seat to sit down.
So where does he put it? In like his bag or
No,
something to take?
No, he
Yeah, I wasn't going back to my hotel. Motherfucker, what was I going to do with it? Put it
put
on?
it on top of my AC unit.
Put it over my fucking polo?
And then I get
That would
drunk
be
that
better
night.
than wearing a polo
Yeah,
to
I mean,
a
it would've
UFC
been.
fight. Come on.
No, this was the night before the UFC fight. This was when you were going to the Michael Jackson concert.
Oh,
You also moved it the night of the UFC fight. And then you also said you were going to come get it the night of the UFC fight, and you didn't. And you're like, oh, I'll just get it in the morning. And then you're like, nope, not getting it in the morning either. Now Ronnie's got to mail it. I might just mail it to Tyler and put it on the cat. How about that?
Play us fuck up.
I think that's the move.
Yep, I agree. I'll help out shipping.
Marco.
So what else? What other gambling did you guys do? Tell me you did anything, something.
I sports gambled all weekend.
Just sports? No roulette?
All weekend.
No craps? Craps is by far the best game.
I played a game of war with $150 and lost.
Okay.
That was a fucking bad idea, by the way.
Yeah,
I walked in at
odds-
midnight, about 3-4 marks deep, multiple beers deep on Thursday night, and blew $150 for no reason.
Yeah, that happens in Vegas though.
Yeah.
Marco, what else did you do? You did sportsbook. You did blackjack. Anything else?
Nap.
We tried to go to... Yeah, he took a nap. We tried to go to Topgolf. That didn't work.
Gun range?
Nope.
Mob
We
museum.
didn't get... Nope.
God damn it! It's
When
the
I
worst
say
Vegas trip ever.
I missed out on a lot of shit, I wasn't joking.
All right.
To be honest, I had a lot of
Did
fun.
you podcast? I need to set a ground rule here. Marco, I love that you're an old man who has an adventurous lifestyle and that you have this new, rejuvenated, youthful lifestyle because of Bree, and I'm just happier than shit as your friend. I don't want to hear about your fucking trips till you go on them from now on.
I didn't ask for this.
You asked for this. You talked about this trip for 3 months.
Every other trip I've had before this was great.
Yep, but you blew it.
Did you at least eat good?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere.
They went to Shake Shack.
I did go to...
I
hold
did
on.
great.
The first place I ate at was In-N-Out.
What are you
Wasn't
talking
that
about?
great?
You ate at that fucking one fancy fucks restaurant that one morning, Wolfgang.
That was all right. But no, I went to In-N-Out Friday.
You were great.
Dude, I was hammered drunk.
Oh my god. Everything I know about you is a lie.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah. Sorry.
Unimpressed.
Fuck you, Tanner. We had a great ass time in Appleton. You know it.
Yeah. And you know
See?
what? We didn't hype it up before. It
Well,
was spontaneous.
it's not
See
my
what
fault.
happens when you drink?
Hey, did you use any mixers with your drinks? Did you mix any sun drop in with that shit?
Did you?
I
I know I didn't mix any sun drop in there.
When you were sucking on those swords, you didn't mix any sun drop in? The reason I'm saying
5
this...
parts sun drop, 1 part liquor.
Yeah. Tanner up there in Wisconsin's got his sun drop shirt on for those audio listeners, so that's a inside reference if
Represent.
you're listening.
I've
Squirt's
never
still
had
better.
sun drop before.
It's incredible.
Squirt's better.
Is it?
Actual orange juice in it. Like actual juice from an orange.
Sounds really good, actually. I hear about it a lot.
You come on out to the real Sunshine State, Wisconsin. We'll treat you.
Well, I assume
would-
once you get married, we'll all like finally do a final
Me and-
meetup.
February 18th of 2023. You fools, put it on your calendar.
Dude,
February.
Alright.
Cool.
Hey-
Me and Marco, we literally talked about this in Vegas.
It's in Wisconsin.
I know that.
Tanner, I believe I'm actually coming up for the Iowa-Wisconsin game, October 30th. If you were going to that,
I'm not planning on it, but
well, just let you know there, buddy. I don't want to talk about it too much, so it's not an
are you gonna
underwhelming
be
trip.
all fucking stoned and want to nap?
Probably.
Is it even
Come
worth
kick
even
off.
coming to see you? It's a 4.5-hour drive for me.
That's probably about how far it is for me, right?
I don't know. Probably not.
so
saying
February
it's-
in Wisconsin, that's still ice fishing season.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
should be unless it's unseasonably warm.
Yeah,
So don't wear shorts with crew socks.
correct.
Okay.
Wear
Pussy.
like the knee highs.
Suit and tie. I'm only
Knee
getting
highs.
married once.
I don't own a suit or tie.
Now is the time to start looking for one.
God.
Wait, I'm a little high. Did you say you're getting married in February?
Yeah, it's dumb. Not this February. The next
Of
one.
2023.
Oh, okay.
But me and Bree were talking about this. I don't know if Marco remembers it.
Probably
we were
not.
talking about how it's going to be cool that Tanner's wedding is going to be the culmination of everyone in this fucking deal. And we're all going to see each other. And it's either going to be a Marco Vegas time or it's going to be the best time of our lives.
All
I
know
have
is
one bad trip out of like fucking 8 trips.
And he wasted on me.
All I know is I'm sitting Mike the Exterminator next to Bree. Way back corner of the reception. It's gonna
Just
be
give them
loud
bags
as
of candy.
fuck.
Just
Yeah.
give them bags of candy together, and they will just like chow down.
Oh, y'all have assigned seating? Don't sit me near Marco.
There's gonna have to be 2 anomalies tables if you guys
Yeah.
bring significant others like you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring my wife. So I'm
I got
trying to-
enough lead time. I can figure out the kids where I can leave them. at
Much
home.
nicer
Yeah.
of a person than Ron, yeah, I must say.
Me?
No. Melissa.
I'll
Well,
listen.
no shit.
Well, duh.
Yeah. Well, you know, all we ever do is hear is screaming
Yeah,
at
I was gonna
people.
say it was not obvious to me that she was so much nicer than because
Right.
all I hear is shit, fuck, motherfucker.
Yeah. What's funny is Marco's nicer in person. I think I'm kind of more of an asshole in person. Am
Why are you
I,
making that
Marco?
face, Tanner? Why are you making that face?
First time I met you, you were not nicer.
Oh, I was hammered that night.
You just wouldn't stop
a common
talking
theme.
about. You just like wouldn't stop calling me short, and I was like,
Well, you are.
but the first comment you made, you're like, oh, shit, you're not as short as I thought you were, and then you just kept making short jokes.
Yeah.
Fucking 5'11", 6 feet, like, I'm not short.
Well,
wanna
me and
talk about
Marco
it?
did one of those hype pictures. Those hype picture deals. I don't know where it is. But Marco calls me short on the internet all the time, and he's like, "Yeah, you're actually not that short to me.
How short? How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
He's
Perfectly
easily tall.
average.
He's easily taller than you are, Tanner.
No, he's not.
He is. I stood next to
Trashman
him.
knows that, and he's never met me.
All right.
So, Trashman, Raiders, like they're in Vegas. You were in Vegas. Did you like do anything Raiders related? Did you go to that hotel that has like
Go to the
the?
Death Star.
No, I did go to Raider Image, which is one of the largest Raider shops out there, which was cool.
It's like
I bought
You
a
could
shirt.
also see the hockey puck from his room.
Yeah, you can see. I could see the stadium from my room.
That's the Death Star.
Yeah,
Okay. Nice.
Marco calls it the hockey puck because it kind of looks like a hockey puck.
What
I can
But
see that.
what floor were you on?
I was on the 24th floor.
Okay.
He had to have a special key to get up there. I remember that.
Yeah, it was fancy. It's real fancy. Shitty
Tasted
room,
like
though.
Applebee's.
Did you at least attempt to make a trip to the game? Or were you guys...
Yeah, so I made a few phone calls before I left, and the price of it just wasn't gonna work out unless I fucking like won big in Vegas. I did have tickets like on hold if I wanted them. I could buy them.
The house.
Yeah, no shit. So I tried to do that, but what I ended up doing was actually watching the game at Raider Image on Sunday for the most part. And then I had to go to the airport, so I watched the rest of the game on my phone. And the last field goal in OT, because there was 3 field goals in OT, which is rare. I watched as they were yelling at me to put my phone on airplane mode. So I literally barely got to catch the end of the game. I was going to have to sit there and not know what the fuck, because apparently Frontier Airlines does not want to put fucking televisions on their fucking planes.
You flew Frontier.
I didn't fucking pay, you dick.
What are you, a poor?
Apparently my wife's boss is a fucking cheapskate, okay?
I mean, Frontier has screens, but apparently just not on all planes.
You just have to purchase like a $50 pack for like basic access to that.
No, there was no screens at all. It was plastic back seats.
Okay.
I'm sure it's just a puddle jumper because you live so close.
Yeah, it's
right.
just because it was from Sacramento to Vegas. I was hoping there would be a screen, though.
Marco,
'Cause I
tell me
wanted
to fly
to-
Spirit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Dude, we flew there and back and stayed for 3 nights for like $700. I can't bitch about that.
Did you really fly Spirit?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I don't want to believe you.
Why? Like, I still don't get what's so wrong with it.
You have to pay for like oxygen on those flights.
Everything. There's
I don't.
price
I didn't
tag
need
for-
anything. I didn't take any. I didn't. I just had a carry-on bag or whatever, a personal bag, and I didn't need anything. I slept the whole way. I was fucking high as balls.
You slept most of the weekend.
Yeah, man. It was like a vacation for me to sleep. Apparently.
You seem
Yeah,
so
Marco
well-rested, but yet you look tired as fuck right now. What's going on with you?
I'm still in recovery, man. I mean, it's
What's
only
your
been a couple-
job? Do you work?
Uh,
I
you
don't mean that
know,
as a dig.
kind of like doing a little bit here, a little bit there.
Are you still studying or whatever you told me you had to do?
Yeah, there's some things going on.
There's books.
This is like the first
Marco
time
called
in
me
a long time
the-
we haven't heard about your life, so yeah, there's some things
True.
going on.
Yeah, there's some
You get in the t-shirt business?
there's some talk, there's some talk about actually getting into the actual t-shirt business.
So, backstory, Marco called me 2 Thursdays before we left for Vegas and was like, hey, like, could you make up some designs for some t-shirts? Or no, he wanted to use the font that I created.
You want
And,
to do matching t-shirts for Vegas or what?
No, he wants to sell
I'm with him.
Cleveland merchandise and shit like that.
I'm with him.
So we had like, I don't know, like a 15-minute conversation about it. So the fact that you brought up the t-shirt thing just made me laugh. That's
Yeah.
all.
So let me ask you this: would you rather anybody on the pod, Tyler? It could be Chargers, it could be Chiefs, Marco, it could be Browns, Tanner. Well, you're kind of related. It could be Colts. But we'll come to you last, Tanner. Would you rather be in overtime and there's already been 2 field goals kicked and it comes down to 1 score, or give your quarterback 37 seconds? Tyler?
I'd give either quarterback the 37 seconds. Hell,
I
that's
think
how
either
they're-
case, yeah.
Yeah.
Marco, would you rather give your kicker like a one shot or give your quarterback 37 seconds?
Fuck, man, I don't know. Like, shit, McLaughlin kicked a 57-yarder like it was nothing. But Baker does well under pressure. So I think I'd have more faith in Baker.
Okay. For me, Colts guy, I historically put it in the quarterback's hands, although when we had Vinatieri, there was no loss in that
True,
situation. But this year, like, a second-year kicker from Georgia who's a nerd who plays with Legos, I'll put it on his foot over any quarterback we have option here in
You know
Indianapolis. It's so bad. I feel
Do you know
like a
what's funny?
Lions fan right now. It's
2 sprains.
2 sprains and no backup. I don't
It
understand.
would have been real nice to have Jacoby Brissett with how he played
No
against the
shit,
Raiders.
fucker. And we play him next week down in Miami too.
God
damn it. Sam Elliott, who's injured, who may or may not be back next week, and
I honestly thought he was going to take over the starting role and like become a good quarterback.
yeah, and our 4th round pick last year, who didn't see
Easton?
any time, Jacob Eason is the backup to the backup, who is just I'm a Colts fan. I'm used to having a quarterback. I grew up with Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck. I don't like this anxiety of not having that stability. It's like when Aaron Rodgers finally retires from Green Bay, Tanner's going to have Brett Favre and
first-round
Aaron
pick.
Rodgers and nothing else. Like they're
A first-round pick to replace him, we're fine.
I as a Colts fan, I am just so lost right now. Clearly, Trashman, you got your kicker who made it through. Although
He's the reason we were in overtime.
True. Well,
Yeah.
and your defense just decided to stop playing defense at the end.
yeah,
They play fucking well for 3.5 quarters and they just shit the bed.
well,
I'm
Derek
sorry, is
Carr-
that what we did against fucking Chiefs?
They did not play well for the first quarter, dude. Brissett ran all over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay.
Oakland's defense looked like ass in the first half.
Okay,
Until they
well,
got that safety on the dumbest play ever.
yeah, why would you throw a fucking swing pass in the end zone?
Brissett said he tried to audible out of it, but there wasn't enough time. Then he went through with it. I was like, honestly, I would have just kneeled it instead of making the play even worse.
God.
So
No.
you got Matthew Stafford, who's playing really well in a new area. Derek Carr coming back off of injuries and a bunch of shit. And Dak Prescott is playing really well too. Like those
Fuck
3
yeah,
guys.
I'll watch that game.
But it doesn't matter. I don't care about them. But Derek Carr, I would have to say, is probably the biggest surprise, in my opinion, as far as comeback player of the year. Because I would say Dak Prescott has always had the talent, but he's never put it together. And Matthew
Big Ben.
Stafford just has never had the team or the coaching. Big Ben is like a turd on the field. But Derek Carr has been playing really, really well. So congrats to you. He had, before he got injured by the Colts a couple years ago, he was doing really well, and he's coming back and playing really well. So it's hard to say it, but I think the Raiders are like on the rise, and the Colts are
I'm more
a
nervous.
shitter.
I'm more nervous this year than I've been in any other
'Cause you
year
have hope.
ever. I don't have hope. That's my fucking problem. I haven't had hope yet.
At what point do they shit the bed?
Did you text us saying you have hope?
After the very first game, he literally texted us and said,
Yeah, it said I have hope. Yeah, no. I don't. The thing is, how can I explain this in the most podcast friendly? Have you guys had post nut clarity? So The game finishing for about 5 minutes after, that's the nut. Okay? And then I have post nut clarity after that. And that's when I realized, this team's gonna fall apart in November.
So what's going to fall apart?
The whole team.
Derek Carr?
The Raiders team as a whole will fall apart.
Okay.
So this Monday you're gonna fall apart and get blue balls or something.
No, like I said, it'll probably happen in November because it always does. The Raiders will have like a strong start. They'll start like 6-3, and then they won't win another game for like 5 weeks, and then they'll like win 1 or 2 games at the end of the year.
You know who didn't have a great start? Justin Fields.
Well,
That guy had
that team is incompetent.
Wow.
Hey, I think they, for not getting any yards, basically the entire first 3 quarters.
There was one kick
did
in the
pretty
entire.
fucking-
There was one kick that exceeded the entire Chicago offense. One kick.
Yeah, that 57-yard fucking field goal I was talking about.
No,
The
66.
66.
Oh, yeah.
57 don't mean shit when you have a 66 on the board, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And a doink that goes positively.
No shit.
Justin Tucker's a monster.
Also, Justin Fields said the NFL plays a little bit too slow. So that was his kind of come to Jesus moment, if I were to venture a guess, too.
I mean,
Listen,
4.5
I've
sacks
been-
by Myles Garrett. That had to be.
I've been hating the Bears as long as I could breathe oxygen on this fucking sphere. And
Did you feel bad for him for once?
I can honestly say nobody ruins a quarterback like the Chicago Bears. Nobody.
Agreed.
You saw what they did with Cutler. Cutler was a decent quarterback.
Yeah.
He was
He was actually pretty good in Denver. Like,
He was like
I
a
hated
top-
watching him.
He was a top 10 quarterback easily. Probably
Nobody.
top 6. Probably
Nobody
top 6.
ruins a quarterback like Chicago Bears, man.
That Pardon My Take should start saying that along with nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
You could put anybody down there.
No, it doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, are we fucking boring you?
No, I'm just tired. I'm an adult.
Oh, I was too. That's why I fell asleep at a fucking UFC fight, all right?
No, that's the opposite of an adult. You made bad decisions.
Honestly.
But no, even the Bills, the Bears sent their quarterback to the Bills. He's backing up Josh Allen.
Trubisky, actually, playing
Yeah,
pretty good.
and he's looking pretty fucking decent under the Bills.
The Bears are an incompetent organization. Even when they're good, they'll never win at all.
The only time that the Bears ever win is if their defense is lights out. That's it. The only time I've ever seen them good. And Devin Hester. That's it.
Oh,
Well,
Devin
yeah, because
Hester.
it
He was
doesn't
fun.
involve a quarterback.
Yeah, if you can.
2006? Something like that.
Yeah, about there. Yeah.
When did the Bears? Because there's Bears Colts in the Super Bowl that one year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rex Grossman was their quarterback. No,
Yep.
in the Bears' defense, he was a shit quarterback.
True. But they
Kyle
chose-
Orton, another decent quarterback. ruined
Wait.
him.
Question: was the Bears Colts game No, that wasn't the Janet Jackson game, was it?
No, that
No,
was
that
prior.
was like
That was like
2003.
03. Yeah. That was like 03. Because I remember I was still in college, and the Colts didn't win until I was out of college. God, that Janet Jackson incident, I have such vivid memories. I was an RA.
I bet you do.
Well, I was an RA, and so at our library, you could rent a projector. And so
Jesus, how fucking big did you want it?
I didn't know it was going to fucking happen, Marco. But I rented the projector from our library, and I hung a sheet in our study lounge in our dormitory, and I had my entire floor in there watching it. And it was like when that happened, as an RA, you're supposed to be like the responsible one, of course, right? And
My
then that
RA
happened.
was not. My RA sold everyone drugs.
When you're done with this story, Flags, you need to guess what teams played in this because you never will. Don't look it up either.
In 03? God, I would guess.
You can finish your story if you want.
Well, yeah. So, anyways, it was just one of those things where I'm trying to be like, it was my first semester as an RA. I'm trying to not like. I was spent a year and a half as an RA. I came in mid-year my sophomore year, so it was
You were a
there was a
narc?
no, there was a shit RA prior to me, and I was a sophomore. My first semester, I was a non-RA, and the second semester, somebody got kicked out as an RA, so they brought me in to be the RA, and so that January, I was like just getting introduced to these guys, and I host this like Super Bowl party, and all of a sudden, Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake happens, and I was like, oh God, I'm gonna get kicked out of the RA role and lose my air conditioning. That was my biggest concern. I'm like, I'm an RA, I can have an air conditioner now.
And it was February.
Yeah, but it is what it is. So, anyways,
Let's be honest. You were
awkward.
stoked about the titty, and you're all like, "Hope I don't get fired, because then I have a lawsuit against the NFL behind me."
Sure. It was just awkward.
Let's go.
But as far as who was playing in 2003, God, I don't even recall because that's so burned in
2003
my
was
memory.
the Patriots.
Against?
Philadelphia Eagles?
Nope.
Damn.
Panthers.
That was
Jake Delhomme,
oh my god.
Steve Smith, Mushin Muhammad, Stephen Taylor,
Such good receivers on that team.
Julius
What-
Peppers. Their
was that-
defense was stacked.
Was that when Vinatieri kicked it? Was that played in the snow and Vinatieri?
Curveball.
Yeah. Jeez. And how do I not remember that? But I guess my priorities were wrong. I saw a titty and I was like
Excited?
mesmerized. Yeah.
I don't
Why
even
did-
remember it. I was so young, but like, could you see her whole boob?
Well,
She had
she had
a-
like a star. Like it was like it was like a piercing almost, but it like covered the nip. But it was legit everything except this star on top of her nip.
I mean, you can just Google it.
Yeah.
I guess I could, but so like you ripped her whole shirt off, or like
No, it was all like it was pre-planned, like just a
Yeah.
tit pop.
It was like a
Oh, it was
tearaway.
pre-planned?
There's like
Oh,
Oh,
for
for sure. No doubt
I
about
didn't
it.
know that.
They said it was an accident.
They still
but
claim it was a wardrobe
it was like a
malfunction.
perfectly cut like.
the
you-
lyric
it-
were at the end. I'm gonna have you naked by the end of this song, and
And then Timberlake ripped off her titty, and it
He
was
didn't
like
rip off her titty, bro.
Titty, man.
well, her bra that was covering her titty. Excuse me. But
I'll have to watch a replay of this for research purposes.
Oh, of course, research purposes.
Ronnie, you were like what, 5?
Fuck.
No, I was 9. So how old were you?
I'm only.
I
I'm
was
26.
2003.
I was 11. It was 2004 technically.
I was.
freshman in high school, so 15, 14, 15, somewhere in there.
How old are you, Ronnie?
I'm bad at math, man.
8.
How
I was
fuck-
like 8.
What year were you born in?
95.
So you were 9.
No, I was 8 because
Jesus Christ.
I didn't turn 9 because that's the math I was doing because I was born in September of 95. You see, Super Bowl's not in September. Me and Tanner are about like a year apart. Well, maybe
2
one
years
more.
apart.
A year. Well, you're what, 27, 28.
Yeah, well, I'll be 28.
We're a big math podcast here.
See, so we're not exactly 2 years apart because
I was born in November of 93.
I was born in September of 95.
We just
So,
covered
that'd
this.
be 22 months. Marco, when were you born?
81.
The whole year. Nice.
Oh,
So
the
you-
year
you-
81? No
Are
shit.
you a child of the 80s? Flags?
January of '84. Yes.
Ooh,
Of Flags is Flags is
when were you
1984 though.
I'm an 80s baby, too. I was born in January of 89.
born? Ooh, 89. Man, nothing good happened in 89. No offense to you. I mean, you were born. That's a
I had a Ford Tempo. It was 89.
Nirvana came out in '91. That wasn't really.
Ford Tempo. Again, nothing good happened in '89.
Just
I
references.
mean, it wasn't. I didn't have it in 1989, so it's not like I had a new Tempo. It was like in 2000, probably fucking 3, when Janet Jackson was getting her titties ripped off driving an '89 Tempo.
Well, technically, AMC went bankrupt in 1989, and they sold the
Right.
company to Chrysler.
Damn
So, I mean, that helped Jeep.
Heap? Yeah, they bought
yeah.
AMC and Eagle, I believe.
Well, Jeep was an AMC product, and they sold it to Chrysler.
Right. They got Eagle, AMC,
Eagle Talon.
Plymouth.
That's the only Eagle I remember is a Talon.
Those things could fucking scoot. My buddy
That's 'cause
had
it's a
an Eagle
Mitsubishi-
Talon with the
it's
all-wheel
a-
drive.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we would. Oh, ungodly speeds for back roads in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah. Between that and my brother in high school had a friend who had a Ford Probe.
The
If anybody,
A probe?
Ford
Probe.
Probe.
My uncle had a
of the
Probe.
Future.
My uncle had a Ford Probe.
The prototype car to take over the Mustang. Legitimately, that's what.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Hold on, my earliest memory of
Flip-up
fucking
headlights.
Ford Probe
Yep.
was my uncle and aunt had one, and I was like, I don't know, fucking 12, and they asked me to go start it at Thanksgiving because it was cold out or Christmas, and they were like, you don't have to pump the gas. It's a fuel-injected vehicle. I'm like,
Fuel injected vehicle.
okay, like you don't have to say it like that. Just say, just turn the key, motherfucker.
When
But anyways.
and when every car back then was boxy, the Probe came out and it was all
Yeah.
rounded.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
It was just terrible.
Do you know what the only thing a
Biggest
Ford
commercial
Probe is good
failures
for
of a
now?
prototype ever.
Don't
The
say
only
demo.
thing, no, Ford Probes are only good for drag racing now. That's it. Just because they're built light and aerodynamic. That's it.
Oh man.
like-
You're
Have you
bringing
guys
back
realized
memories,
that
man.
that we over the last couple episodes have brought up cars quite a bit?
If you ever just looked up a Ford Probe, they are just
Oh
hilarious.
God. Okay, this is a question for the podcast. What's the first car you can remember that you were like, "That's cool," and you look back on it and you're like, "Okay, that's fucking dumb."
Chevy Cavalier Z74.
Chevy Cavalier.
Hold on, they made Z7. Oh shit, they did. I remember those. Oh shit, those were dumb. Fiero. I think Fieros.
Or
I think they-
Z24.
I used to think they were cool, and then I was like, man, those are stupid as fuck.
Yeah, it was the Chevy Cavalier Z24 is what I remember. And part of the reason is it was so cheap, but the body style was like somewhat similar. It was a shitty Chevy like Civic, or just a shitty car, but the body style, the exterior was semi-sporty and somewhat affordable, and that's why I always wanted that car. So
I think like the Chevy Lumina, because it was like
Oh.
a really, 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 really poor man's Monte Carlo body.
yep.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, like,
God.
really, a lot of reallys in there. But I used to think like, Chevy Lumina, if you got one and you painted it the right way and you put Monte Carlo on there, like people might think it's Monte Carlo.
That's like the people who bought the fucking Chrysler 300s and then put the Bentley grill on the front of them.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You mean the Dollar Tree fucking Phantom? The fucking. Oh,
I
my
wanted.
God.
I searched high and low for a GMC Envoy where you could take out the back post for the back gate, have the back window rolled down, and essentially it turns into a Chevy Colorado, and I wanted one bad. But then I delivered to a guy who actually had one in his driveway, and he's all like, "It's the worst fucking thing
Yeah.
ever."
You're like one of the poorest reviewed vehicles ever.
What is like the one most embarrassing car that you've ever owned? Now I gotta look mine up because I don't remember what year it was.
Probably my
I
07
haven't had
Envoy.
too many embarrassing cars, but my first car was a 02 Saturn SL1 4-door, and I was like the second smallest offensive lineman in my high school, like 275, and we used to pile all five of us into that thing. I mean, there was some beef in that little bastard. So I drove a girl's car for 3 years.
I drove a Geo Tracker for a day and I destroyed it.
That's funny you mentioned that. I just figured out what mine was. It was a 93 Ford Aspire hatchback.
That looks like Marco. Like that. If Marco was a car, it looks like wow. That's you, dude. You're 93 Ford Aspire.
That's fucked up.
Mine was a 97 Oldsmobile Achieva.
Chivas, I remember those.
Yeah.
Mine was
Again,
green.
that's like the really poor man's Taurus.
Yes.
Kinda,
Yes.
it's kinda,
But mine had a fin on the trunk. So
The better version of those. My buddy had a Beretta.
Oh, yeah. Berettas could look sharp if you
Yeah,
got the right body style.
Well, my buddy got a fucking Beretta, and then he put fucking candy flake, flake paint job, and like put fucking wide rims on it, and tried to make it a lowrider. It was a fucking mess.
Is your buddy American?
Yeah, yeah.
Is he the same skin color as me?
Yeah, he's the same color as you, but
That's embarrassing.
he really was leaning the other way there.
He really hung out with his Mexican buddies.
Yeah.
I had a buddy in high school who bought what year was it? An 89 Ford Mustang Fox body.
The worst.
And I thought I wanted one forever. And then I decided I didn't around the time I had enough money to actually buy my own vehicle. But he
That's
had
cool.
14-inch wire wheel.
Just shit all over my favorite car. That's fine.
A Fox body? I think Fox bodies can be cool. I just don't think a stock
89 to 93. I'll take any of them.
Yeah, okay. Well, my buddy has one.
Especially that motherfucker right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's not the body style I was thinking of. Never
You're
mind,
thinking of the
never mind.
notchback. You're thinking of the notchbacks.
Yeah,
That
notchback.
must be. The Fox body was pretty sharp.
That was my favorite.
So he had one actually
he
kind
was
of
at
similar to the one
160.
Flegs just showed on screen. What year was that, Flegs?
that
92.
was a. I clicked out of it. I was trying to find something.
Like a
the
91 or
notchback
92.
was meh.
So
That was the
he had-
scariest car I ever drove. Was a fucking notchback.
Oh yeah,
Looked like a Chevy Corsica.
Yeah, I drove one that had a 347 stroker motor in it, and it was all souped up for the track, and I fucking drove it. That was the scariest fucking thing I've ever
they're
driven
the
in my
most
life.
popular drag vehicle in the world right now
Yeah, they're
because
fun.
they're really easy to fucking customize and get low and fast. But my buddy,
Notchbacks
instead of
were indestructible
building
too,
it,
if
oh
I
yeah,
remember right.
instead of building it for a drag strip, my buddy thought he could turn one into kind of like Marco's buddy, a lowrider. He put white pearl paint, spoke wheels, and fucking airbags on it.
Ooh. At least it was
that-
airbags, not hydraulics.
Is that your buddy's car?
No, those are actually big sized wheels. These were the 14-inch.
Oh,
Oh,
throw some
the
D's
tiny
on that
Itty
bitch.
bitties. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
with the tiny tire on it.
With the fat white wall, but that's all the tire was just the white wall part.
Yeah.
Oh man, so there used to be a car club around here, and it was all guys the same color as Tanner, and they all had their S10s and their Berettas and their Oldsmobiles, and so they were all themed, and they would all be X-Men type vehicles. They were all lowrider, crushed velvet. Like one of them was actually in the Lowrider magazine, and he was the president of the thing. His car was a lowrider. It was the Wolverine was the theme of his car. But so I used to hang out with some of these guys, but I was like the only Mexican, but I didn't actually have a fucking lowrider, so I was just like, man, you guys are like, I think this was before cultural appropriation was a thing, but I feel like I
Well,
should
can I
have
just say something?
rights
As
to
you're
some of
saying
those
this,
cars.
your friends sound like a bunch of dweebs.
Can I
They
just say
all are.
something? The fact that they model lowriders after Marvel and DC characters is the whitest thing I've ever heard.
Let me find it.
It's really the whitest thing I've ever heard. If you'd be like, I know a guy, he has a lowrider. It's like a 65 Impala, but he based it off of the Wolverine. I'd be like, guy's white, isn't he?
Was it blue with like Lambo doors?
Yeah, that you signed it already?
I may have.
Yeah. It's,
What type of vehicle was it?
It was an Oldsmobile.
Old.
Yeah. It was.
Oh wow.
Was it something like
Yeah,
that?
that's it. That's the one.
It's the whitest shit I've ever seen.
You guys care if we wrap up after all this? This is exhausting.
No, we're good.
That's crazy.
Well, thank you for listening to our underwhelming Vegas story, but thrilling, embarrassing car talk as hosted by Trashman and Ronnie. We are the Anomalies Pod, at the Anomalies Pod on social media. I'm at Vanilla Gorilla. Flex is at JJ Flegel, is at Trashman Ronnie, of course, at K Pasta Primo. So he will be looking up vintage cars from the 80s and 90s all night now. At Tyler Allen, he's going to chop this up and make a beautiful product for you to listen to on Thursday. We appreciate the hell out of you rocking with us. We are all out of here. Peace.
Let's fucking go.
I almost pushed a button.
I'd fuck in a mineral spring.
Is he?
Oh gosh, I'm so
Wow,
sorry.
Brian.
Fuck off.
Don't invite me to your career day.
Why can't we start a cult?
Yeah, you ate the shrimp and had Jack Daniels, and you got fucked up.
Yeah. I remember he's so good, Tyler.